Okay, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, NAF Atsugi. It's another wonderful day here in the Kanto Plains. So happy that you tuned in and joined us today. We're here at the NAF Base Chapel with the CMC, Master Chief Duncan. How you doing, Master Chief?
Doing well, sir.
Awesome. It's another wonderful pre-summer day. It's getting a little hot and humid out.
It's already hot, sir.
It is hot, and so we're enjoying life here. And we're in our lovely Base Chapel here, NAF Atsugi, and formerly a dojo where they used to do martial arts. And this was an original building. It's really beautiful on the inside and on the outside, and it's really, really great with all the great services we provide in here. And we're here with the special sailor here. It's RPSA Dale Wellman. How you doing there, Seaman Wellman?
I'm doing good, sir.
Good. Well, we're really happy to have you on the show today, and it's important that we recognize our great sailors, and you are one of them. So from NAF Atsugi, nonetheless. So thanks very much. So tell us, you're an RP, and there's not a lot of them out there in the Navy. It's somewhat of a small rate, and only where we have chapels and aboard ships where we have chaplains assigned. So maybe you can tell us a little bit about what an RP does in the Navy.
All right, sir.
Yeah.
RPs basically do liturgical support for the religious services for in the chapel, and some of the examples what we do is like the gospel service, the contemporary traditional Catholics, but we also do like Bible studies for women. We also do like Sunday school and youth groups.
Okay. Well, that was well said. Nice job there. So how long you been on board Atsugi?
Since November 27th. Sir.
November 27th. Okay, so you are experienced, and how you enjoying the forward deployed naval forces so far?
I'm loving it, sir.
All right, good. It's a long way from Michigan, yes?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, we're glad to have you here, and thanks for the great job that you've done so far, supporting Chaplain Slaughter and everybody, and certainly our community here. It's a big part of what we do here, so thanks very much for being a great sailor. All right. Well, CMC, we got a couple notes and a couple BZs and concerns and another great show, so let's hit it.
All right, sir. Starting off with the library. Kids, do you want to go on an adventure? How about traveling to new worlds, places, and times? Come and join the Have Book Will Travel Summer Reading Program starting Wednesday, June 19th at 10:30 a.m. at the NAF Atsugi Library.
In swimming pool news, starting this Friday, June 14th, the pool will be open daily. Season pool passes are on sale at both Ranger and Hazel Gym.
Okay, I'm there. In Red Cross news, need a summer job? How about babysitting? The next babysitter training class will be this Thursday, June 12th from 9:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. This program is recommended for youths aged 11 to 15 years old. The next adult and pediatric first aid, CPR, and AED class will be held on Saturday, June 22nd from 8 to 4 p.m. Pre-registration is required for all Red Cross classes, and please visit www.redcross.org and click on Take a Class tab and then follow the instructions. Thank you very much.
All right, from Public Works. This Saturday, June 15th from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m., the main gate will be closed to inbound and outbound traffic due to scheduled maintenance. The west gate will be open during this time, so please plan accordingly. For any questions or concerns regarding any of these events, please call Public Works at 115.
Public Works has finalized all AC turns on for this year. If you have problems in your living quarters or work centers, please call 115 to report the issues.
All right, and remember, keep the room nice and warm. 80 degrees in the room that you're in, that's our goal. That's going to meet our conservation of energy this summer goal, so please take that to note. Okay, and then also beginning approximately 24 June, the security bollards will be worked on over at the Torrey Gate traffic circle. As you know, this is probably the most highly trafficked area, so there will be some intrusion and definitely some detours around to get in and out of the main gate. So pay attention to the signs, watch out for the construction crews. We will be posting this on our Facebook and our big channels to make sure that you understand that the pattern is definitely going to change for about a week or so. Hopefully by the end of July 4th weekend we'll be totally completed, and this will definitely be a delay and an inconvenience, but it's short and very necessary. And good job to the Seabees for getting to this job so far. They've been doing some awesome stuff really fast. So thanks very much.
FFSC news. Do you want to volunteer, or are you interested in teaching English while here in Japan? The Fleet and Family Support Center is hosting a volunteer orientation on Friday, June 28th from 2 to 3 p.m. For more information or questions regarding volunteering or teaching English, please call 264-3372.
Okay, and the Fleet Family Support Center will be hosting a financial planning workshop throughout the month of June. This Friday, June 14th, kicks off the first workshop, Savings and Investing. The next workshop is Thursday, June 20th, on what are your insurance needs. And June 27th will be how to manage your credit. For more information regarding these workshops or check availability for confidential counseling, call 264-3372. Did you want to mention the commissary note there, CMC?
Yes, sir. The commissary will be closed on Monday and Tuesdays, and this is beginning,
July 8th.
July 8th through September 30th.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now, just to keep in mind that the Camp Zama commissary will be open on Tuesday if you need to make that run.
Exactly. And why are we doing this, sir, CMC? Just because we don't want to work so much?
No, sir. I wish it was up to us. It would still be open.
Yeah,
but
exactly. Yeah, this is definitely as a result of the furlough, and the DECA agency is a huge agency worldwide, supports many, many commissaries around. They have directed a Monday and Tuesday closure for us. So that's somewhat of a big deal here. We want to make sure everybody gets that word out, so plan accordingly. We'll stock up on extra milk and maybe some dairy products over in the mini mart. So if you absolutely have to have that bowl of cereal in the morning or late at night, you can go get it. But again, this will be permanent, as far as we know, at least until the end of September. Okay, so that is our last note. Thank you very much, CMC, to end on a good one. We've got a great second half of the show here with Seaman Wellman, and Seaman Wellman, thanks for joining us again and for being a great sailor. And we will be right back with more information after MWR tells us what's going on this summer. See you in a minute.
The weather has warmed up, and it's once again time for Movies Under the Stars. Grab a blanket or chair, round up the family, and come join us at Taylor Field on Saturday, June 22nd for our first movie of the season. Movie titles will be announced prior to each event, so please watch the MWR Facebook and BIC channel for more information. If you are looking to climb Mount Fuji with us this summer, you will need to attend a mandatory safety brief before your tour date. Briefs are held from 12 to 12:30 p.m. at the NAF Safety Classroom number 109 in Building 146 next to the CDC. For more information, please see the tours office. Father's Day activities are coming up. Join us at the Cultural Crafts Center on Saturday, June 15th from 2 to 5 p.m. to paint 2 bisques for Father's Day. We will have a wide variety of acrylic no-fire paints, so you'll be able to take home your creations that day. On Sunday, June 16th from 1 to 9 p.m. Atsugi Lane's Bowling Alley will have a special. All dads bowl free when accompanied by a family member. Have some fun in the sun with Dad at the outdoor pool on Sunday, June 16th from 12 to 7 p.m. All fathers swim free when accompanied by their kids. Now back to Captain's Call.
Okay, we're back for another second part of the great show. We're here with Seaman Wellman from Michigan, right, Seaman Wellman?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so tell us whereabouts. So what kind of town you live in up there?
I live in a little small religious town called Zealand.
Zealand, okay. How many folks in your town?
My town, roughly about 3,000.
3,000, okay. Do you know how many folks we have living on NAF Atsugi and come and live and work?
No,
It's
sir.
about 10,000, so about 3 times the size of your little town. And any stoplights there in your town?
Not really, sir. We mostly have stop signs.
Okay, that's great. It's kind of like on here. We have no stoplights in this space. Did you ever notice that? Kind of cool. But anyway, well, great job for being selected. And now, is there anybody you'd like to say hello to? Maybe your shop or anybody back home, just now that you're a famous movie star?
Mostly just my sisters and my cousins.
Okay.
They have a hoot watching this if they ever see this because they know how much they hate cameras.
Well, we're going to keep you extra long on here, okay? After the show, we're just going to make you sit in front of the camera so you can feel uncomfortable. But,
that'll work, sir. I'll get over my fear that way.
Okay, well, that's good. Well, hey, to the sisters out there, your brother's doing a wonderful job out here in Japan. He's in what we call the Forward Deployed Naval Forces, and he's out here doing it every day for a great community out here, supporting sailors, supporting families, supporting our host nation, and that we are most privileged to be guests of, and just doing wonderful things. So now you're 19, is that right? When's your birthday?
November 24th.
November 24th. So you'll be 20 this year.
Yes, sir.
Oh, outstanding. Well, I've got a son who's 2 months older than you. Unbelievable. So, well, anyway, let's thank you for joining the Navy, and for everybody back home, thanks for making a great shipmate here. He's doing wonderful things over here, growing and doing just amazing stuff. So he's doing just great, and he wants you to come out and visit him sometime. All right. So anyway, well, that's great. Nice to have you aboard. And I think we got a couple concerns over here, and you get the good news today, Seaman Wellman. But let's see if we can tackle some of the concerns today.
Well, sir, sometimes we get that case of can't get right.
That's right. All right,
but we try.
Let's try. There we go.
All right, sir, our first concern comes from the movie theater.
Okay.
Can we have more kids' movies during the days, on weekends, and throughout the summer?
Okay, good question. Now that it is summertime and school ending is just a couple days away, let's see what Ron over at the theater has to say. It says, thank you for your comments regarding matinees for kids during the summer season. We do have plans to show matinee for kids on weekends during the summer season, and they will be free for all. As for the weekends, we may not have new movies that are appropriate for young children all the time. If new movies are not available, we will try to provide some free matinee movies during the weekends that will be appropriate for kids. However, we will have movies under the stars several nights on Taylor Field during the summer season. Let's check our Facebook page for more info and dates. And I think the first one's on the 22nd, I believe.
Sir.
So great movie outside. Those are always very cool. And so please join it. Thanks for the note. And sounds like MWR is all over it. So thanks.
Sure. And if I remember correctly, sir, I think CYP has a schedule for the Little Theater.
For the Little Theater. Okay. Well, we'll publish that maybe next week as soon as that's available. Great. Thanks.
All right, so our next concern comes for Ranger Jim. I have attempted to use the sauna, but each time I open the door, there's a person dressed in a bathing suit with no towel, stretched out reading comics. I do not want to sit in the spot left from that person's body. The towel rule should be enforced strictly. And why is comic reading allowed in the sauna? I tried to use the sauna several times, usually between 1000 and 1200. Why are these unsanitary conditions allowed?
Wow, that's a great concern. And as far as the comic books, I have nothing against comic books. I don't read them myself, but so if you choose to have reading material in the sauna, I think that's okay. But certainly the no towel rule or the towel rule absolutely has to be enforced. Certainly in there when you do one thing in the sauna and that's sweat. And so we'll make sure that we send some folks through there, do some spot checks. We can't have anybody in there posted permanently. But as you know, we do take that sort of thing seriously. Thanks for the comment, and Mr. Mike Blanchard over at the Ranger Gym, he will make sure that they go through and spot check. So, maybe just a kindly reminder to the gentleman when you walk in there, it's like, hey, you really need to go get a towel. That might be appropriate as well. They are allowed to use our facilities. We do get some cost share out of our Japanese guests in there, so they're authorized to do that. But maybe a quick reminder might help him and help everybody out.
Absolutely, sir.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
All right, sir, this one comes for the housing office. 1 month or more is what it takes to wait for appliances to get delivered in off-base housing. It's free, but to be in the waiting list for more than a month is unacceptable. Poor customer service. Wow.
Okay, yeah, that's unfortunate. So we did a little bit of research on this one, and we really need some more information from you, whoever wrote this, so that we can address your problem. Basically, the off-base leases, they do come, and we were initially hampered at the beginning of the fiscal year with the region not accepting our requests for furniture or appliances based on funding cuts. I hope they're not listening to this, because I just timed them out. But after explaining the link between off-base residency needs for appliances and the need to unlink appliance purchases for off-base rentals, we were allowed to proceed with the purchase. So a lot of fiscal information there, but more than you needed, but that's okay. So about 40% of these requests did not get filled, which means you were probably one of them. And yeah, definitely a month or more is not acceptable. So due to some constraints out of our hands, and fiscal constraints these days are very, very difficult to overcome. So here we are. You were out there without your laundry service and some of those extra special things, probably a refrigerator too. Hope you got through that situation, and we are desperately trying to work through our money issues so that you get the best service. So sorry you fell through the cracks on this one. Certainly not intentional by the housing office, and we'll see if we can do better for the next group of folks coming in. So thanks.
All right, sir, our last one comes for NAF PWD. The yearly substation maintenance should only be conducted during weeknights or days when people are not at home on their time off. Definitely not on a weekend, and worse when it's on a Saturday night leading into early Sunday morning, when a lot of people like to stay up and watch TV or do whatever their hobbies happen to be. And please, 8 hours of maintenance on a substation? Really? Network servers that are more complicated than substations require less outage. Let's just ruin the food in everyone's refrigerator so they have to go out and buy more for no better reason than to pay some workers overtime. Wow.
Yeah, well, this is certainly an uninformed individual, and if we put some contact information there, we could have the Public Works go over, give you a very detailed explanation of the substation work, and your assumption that it was less complicated than a server maintenance is highly uneducated. We had over 250 Japanese personnel from 5 different contracting companies working on our equipment. We don't do that business. The level of technicality on this was absolutely enormous, and so as far as doing it on a weeknight, well, that's a great idea, except half our or all of our squadrons have night check
Yes,
and
sir.
night shifts, so they are working through the evening to keep our aircraft up and running. So that would have had not only an inconvenience factor to the base, but certainly an operational impact, and that is something that we tried to not do at all. And the reason we shut down the power is because we wanted to make sure we had a safe environment and a clean environment so that we could do the necessary upgrades so that we don't have an uncontrolled outage in the future. So the idea is that this stuff works, and it works when we need it, and when we take it down for maintenance, much like you take your car into the shop so it doesn't break in the future, you can control when you schedule this stuff. So anyway, try to stay informed. We did talk about this at length for many weeks from Public Works and Public Affairs. Got it out on all our channels. So thanks for your comment. I appreciate you taking the effort in here. But please stay informed on the things that we broadcast out there. So thanks very much.
You're such a professional, sir.
So we try. Okay, I think that's all of our comments there. A couple
all I
of
can
good ones in
stand
there.
for today, sir.
Okay, now comes our favorite part of the show, and Seaman Wellman gets to take us home and tell us some of the good things that our folks did out there.
Yes, sir. Bravo Zulu, Community Bank. The staff at Community Bank was super helpful on the phone and in person. I called to inquire about how to go about turning in change, and the woman told me that it had to be rolled. But since they are not busy, if I came in, she would be happy to help. 2 different people helped me roll my money today, and it was greatly appreciated. Thank you so much for going out of your way when it wasn't required. Great customer service to help people for no reason but to be helpful. Bravo Zulu to Public Works. Thank you for the quick turnaround for repairs on our power distribution system. Power and restored an hour earlier than scheduled, and thanks to the efficient efforts of a work crew non-membering more than 250.
So we just had the opposite side of the spectrum there. We had an uneducated member out there, and we have an educated member of the community out there who appreciates the hard work they did. So that's kind of a good news story.
Booyah.
Booyah! There you go. So thanks, Seaman Wellman. Great job reading today, and I think you have a future in broadcast business. All right. So after your 35 years in the Navy and you get out as a Master Chief or a captain in the Navy, we'd be happy to let you go and do that. All right. Okay. All right. So great job. Hello to the folks back in Michigan and all the friends and family. And thanks for raising a great sailor. And CMC, it's a great show today.
Absolutely, sir.
All right, and thanks for joining us here in the chapel at NAF Atsugi. Thanks to Public Affairs for all your wonderful work. And we will see you at another great show next week. Thanks very much.